Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing good. Good evening. Today we have someone very, very talented, someone very young, someone very interesting. Yeah, we have Arvein Raja, who is a composer. He's a singer, an independent artist. What he is not, I'm not sure. So we'll speak to him soon to get an idea. But since this is something which you need to feel, right? I was thinking, let's give you an idea of who is that face? What is he like? What is his musical side of him, right? So I'm going to play you something uh, to give you an idea of who Arvind Raja is all. All right, ready? And we'll come back in another like 50 seconds. Wow. Interesting, isn't it? So let's bring the man of the hour, Mr. Arvind Raja. Hello.
Hi, Miss. Thanks for the intro.
Now I have to warn you already. Stop calling me Miss lah.
Okay.
I used to tell my
All right.
students last time, don't call me Miss because you guys are cursing me to singlehood for the rest of my life. I
All right.
can't
All
use that
right.
same thing now because I'm married, but you all always call me Miss,
Okay.
Miss, Miss, Miss.
All right. All right. I call Sharif. It's okay.
I know it's hard, right? It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. So how are you, Arvin? You
Yeah,
doing
I'm good,
good?
Miss. Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Miss?
I'm doing good. Thank you so
Good.
much for agreeing to come on the show. I know
Thanks
it's
to
like
you,
a little
Miss.
weird your lecturer is asking you to come on the show, right?
Yeah, I'm glad.
But I find it
I'm
very
glad to hear.
interesting that someone who's been in my classroom, I had no idea until I had to do some research myself to find out who Arvind Raja is all about. So, for those of you who don't know Arvind, right, in class he's like super quiet.
Yeah,
This semester he's a bit noisier, but he's super quiet. You don't really,
I
if
don't.
you don't really go and do some research, detective work on your own, you would never know that Arvind Raja is the Arvind Raja you saw, right? The clip, all the things that he can do. So I'm going to stop talking now, and I want you to tell us about yourself. But before we go into that, right? There's something that people always say about passion, right? So today we're talking about passion fueled purpose, right? So I just want to say hi to our audience right now. Irene, you want to say hi to
Hi,
everybody?
everyone. Hi. Hi.
So we have quite a number of people here. We have Yeezen, we have Navin, Abhirami, Arvind Raja. He said your name.
Yeah, my friend.
Surya,
Classmates. How are classmates?
all your classmates, huh?
Yeah.
Lovely. Feliz, wow, Fuyu. I guess they are referring to the clip they just saw, right?
Yeah.
Karishma, hi Karishma. Karishma is like our loyal viewer. Surya,
Okay.
okay, all right. Still in class mode. I hope you're not in class mode anymore because I got some questions for you tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah.
A lot of people say that passion is one way where you can kind of find your purpose. What do you think about that saying? Is it, how does it
Uh,
reflect with you?
it's true. Like, how does it passionate? Like you say, I'm passionate about music, and having a purpose is what's going to keep you on going on. Without without a purpose, like it's just meaningless at the end of the day. Like you want to make sure that at the end of the day you're happy and you're satisfied about what you have done so far, and you're glad about it. At the end of the day, you want to be like peaceful. For what you have done. So yeah, I think if you're passionate about something, you should have a purpose. Yeah, you don't just do like things for, like, let's say, like if a guy has bought if your relative or friend had bought a Mustang or something, and then you'd be on the hand, you on the other hand, you like, I want to buy Mustang also lah, just because the guy have it. And like, what's the purpose? You got no purpose just because he bought it and you want to buy it. So better not. So why I'd say it's like have a passion and also have a purpose in it, so that that's what gonna keep you going, at the end of the day. So yeah,
So basically, you're saying don't try to be Arvin Raja just for the sake of being Arvin Raja.
yeah.
So they want to play music, make sure it's something that they really want to do. It's
They
their
yeah,
passion.
see what they are passionate about so much, something like what they live to do, what they are happy to do it, and something that makes them feel alive, so like I make music, I love doing music, and that's what is keeping me alive. So something like that, what is so you're interested about, so find
Okay.
that thing, and yeah, you should proceed on that.
Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper, right?
Okay.
We've been chatting for a bit now beyond class, right? We've been chatting. I've never really chatted with you before, but we've been having
Yeah.
some chats to kind of like find out a few things, right? And you told me something about the age where this all started, right? So
Yeah.
tell us more about that, right? Like, what's your story? How did you find this passion, right?
Mhm.
How did it all
uh,
begin? How did it come to your life?
okay. uh, Basically, like in the age of 13 until 15, I was
13.
13 until these 3 years, 13 until 15, I was staying in a hostel, called Asrama One Malaysia. So it's like how MRSM and polytechnics, those schools, like you study, I mean you stay there and then you study at the same place, right? So
So
this
it's
Asrama,
like a boarding school, right? Because you might have
yeah.
some viewers which are not locals.
Yeah, so it's like that, but this one is different. Your school, I mean your hostel is in another place, and your school is in another place. So I was studying in a Methodist boys school. We had
Mhm.
like three cluster school: Victoria, Methodist, and St. John's. So all schools are like boys school lah. Basically the hostel itself is a boys hostel, no. So and before that, like I didn't want to go hostel, my mom, like I got straight A's in my UPSR, that exam. So I didn't
So you're
expect that as
smart
a,
too.
no, I'm not smart. I'm definitely not smart. I'm just that average kid, to be honest. I'm just that average kid, I'm backbencher, actually. Basically, I'm a backbencher. Yes. So I
So
don't I
modest.
didn't know how I got straight A's. And then my mom, we got the offer, to go, like I mean, she got the offer letter, and then she's the one who sent me first to hostel, thinking like I'll be the bright student lah once I go there lah, and then study well. At first, I didn't want to go, but then, like after, like, few days, I started calling my mom, I want to go back lah. I cried, in that in the public, we
Oh,
had that the booth, the public phone booth, so that was the only thing, we
your
couldn't.
time got public phone booth, not bad.
Yeah,
So you're not that
yeah,
young.
we didn't had smartphones over the time. We even used a keypad phone, but phones weren't allowed in a hostel. But somehow later on we sneaked in, I don't know. We kind of sneaked in. So I told my mom, I was like, I want to come back lah, I cannot lah. I was crying on the phone. Then she said, just wait lah for a few days, see. And then
Try it out.
one of my friend, Vinod, he's my senior there. He told me, like, why not just stay a few days or a few weeks, and you might get used to it. After a few days, few weeks, I felt like I kind of gel with everyone a day, and I'm like starting to like hostel. I'm starting to like hostel, and more, I love being there around, like, around my friends. And during that time, I kind of, as I said, I'm not that smart student or what. I didn't I didn't study that much or what. My mom thought I was going to study and be a bright student, but I wasn't. I was like this. How do you call it? How do you say tardala in English? I'm not sure, but I
A
wasn't
naughty boy, is it?
something like that. It was full of enjoyment. We didn't. Some students were the one, like, studying well, but I and my gang, like, we were all like too playful, too much of enjoyment. Like I literally, if you ask me back even now, like, which time zone would you go back to if you had the chance? I'd say those 3 years. I really lived those 3 years. So, like, I kind of, be more independent, learn a lot of life lessons there. To be honest, I like know how to travel by my own here and there, and like what cook. I basically know how to survive lah on my own. and just that I'm not earning, but I know how to survive, so those kind of lessons. And it was, as I said, was like we were more, playful, enjoying here. We were going, um traveling to places, going to cyber cafe lah, and then going to movies also. It was because literally we don't have any entertainment over there. We don't have TV, and we had like a computer lab, but it wasn't open back then.
Wait, wait,
When I
Arvin.
went,
What
sorry.
year was this? You don't have TV, like 1970s or
No,
what?
no, it's not don't have TV. They
He didn't
didn't
allow.
put, yeah, they didn't put the
Okay.
TV there. I think later on they kind of put it because like we can't watch any channel or what except like during like Sukma and Olympic, or I think something, I don't know what went on that year, but we were support like all as a gang. We were sitting down in the guest room, and we were supporting Lee Chong Wei for a badminton competition, and then
So
uh,
this age was what? 13, 14? This
I'm
time?
not sure, 14 or 15, like that.
Okay.
Yeah, 14
Okay.
or 15 lah. So as you see, like we don't have entertainment or what, right? So music, uh, music was our only thing. We couldn't, as I said, we couldn't bring smartphones or phones or what, right? But later on, to talk to my mom, what I just we sneaked in the keypad phone lah, the Sony
I
Ericsson
hope all
Nokia.
your wardens, they call them wardens, right, are not listening to this
Nah, no,
conversation.
no, no chance, no chance. So we kind of, actually some of them know lah. So we kind of sneaked in. We kind of hide. The table. I mean, not table. The bed.
Mhm.
The bed leg, right? The mattress leg. We kind of slot in there. You hide it there and then put under a locker like this and that. Yeah, something like that. So uh, during that time we don't have smartphone, no TV to watch movies or what. So music was the only main thing, that played a major
Yeah.
part for me and my friends, because like I had that the MP3, what do you call the clip, the MP3 clip last time, that the small MP3 player. So we only had that. You can bring that, to listen to music and all that. So in our 3 years, I think music was the only thing. Like when I'm on my way to school, like early morning, when we are all getting in the bus going to school, on the way we would listen to music, and in that MP3, and then like me and my friends, we share to each other. Like you listen to 2 songs, 3 songs, then you give to me, and then I'll pass it to another person.
But
We'll
how did
sometimes.
it move from consuming music, listening, singing along?
Uh-huh.
How did it move from that to you being the person now creating? Like,
Yeah. Okay.
what was
Coming
that
to that. Coming to that. So
moment?
like
Yeah.
yeah, as I said, like music had really played a big part in my life, right? Like
Yeah.
always listening to music, while traveling, and even while weekend coming back from my
Uh-huh.
hostel to my home here in Nilai. Even in train also, I if I leave my earphone, I am damn pissed, I'm damn mad, because I couldn't listen to music, so like that. So coming like since I was too involved in music, listening to music and all that. And one like sometimes after our school, me and my friends would usually, as I said, like we'll go traveling here and there, or we'll hang out some other spots, or go play futsal or football or CC, or we'd either go to cinema, right? So
Mm-hmm.
while going to cinema, how to say, in the beginning, we will go as a group, to, because Methodist Boys School is here, means Times Square is just in it's a walking distance lah. Actually, it's far, but for me, all I used to walking, so for me it's near lah. So we'd usually go to Times Square to watch movies. In the beginning, me as a group, with my friends and all that. And until one part, I don't know, after a few months or after 1 year, or what, like it's like a usual thing, us going to cinema. And sometimes when I call my friend, they either say, at one part of point, they'll say like, they're busy lah, and then they don't have money lah, just because they already spend it in cyber cafe lah, and then they say they'll come, but then at the end they'll send you, send you. So they won't make it at the end, So I'm tired of all this, and
So
I'm just
Senju
like,
basically is leaving you hanging for those of you who don't know the meaning,
okay,
yeah?
yeah. So yeah, like that. And at one point, I'm so like, yeah, it's okay lah. You don't wanna come, I'll go myself lah. I decided like that. So from that day until even now, so most of the times I'm going to cinema just by my own self, alone. I can go alone. I can watch movie alone. I can come back. I got nothing. Some plus would be like, how do you even watch movie alone, man?
So
I'm
now
like
we
used
know
to
what
it.
you were doing there, lah, actually.
Like that, yeah. So after a point, like I started going to cinemas my own self, my own. And basically like the theater is like my zone lah. After that, like my own zone. Sometimes I'll be alone in the hall, or if not, like there'll be a 2-3 person, but it's because afternoon time, right? Not many people. So while like that, watching a lot of movie, or Tamil movie or English movies,
Mm-hmm.
how do you say, I started focusing on background scores. I started focusing more on background scores, like how Transformers lah, what I don't know, like this kind of movies are
Maybe,
like, the
maybe Arvin,
Transformers all.
share with us. Maybe not everyone from the music side, they might not even understand what is a background
Mhm.
score. You want to
Okay,
share a bit, like
yeah,
maybe you
it's
want to hum for
basically
us what is an example of a background score?
I don't, I can't think of a background score now, but then like background score is basically the like a movie,
Mm-hmm.
if a scene is going on, and then basically behind, like at the back, a music will be playing on, like that.
Okay.
So that's a background score, like a soundtrack, a film soundtrack, like that. So I always used to focus more on background scores, and then if Tamil movies, it's songs and the BGM lah, background music, they call it. BGM is background music. So I'd focus on that. And more and more, when I was spending my time more on in cinemas, I begin to love, like I begin to fall in love with cinema, basically the whole thing. Mainly it was the music, but then I fell in love with the whole cinema thing, and I, at one part of point, I decided, because while watching certain movies, scenes, right, if it's like an epic scene or something, I'd feel goosebumps, with me. I'll feel goosebumps. Or if there's an emotional scene or what, I'll, without me realizing, I'll tear down, like that, because it's me alone, So I can feel whatever I want, like that. No one's around me. So at one part of point, when I don't know what movie exactly, but at that time of moment, I decided I was going to be that person who's gonna compose music for films or do songs, and I'm gonna make people feel what I felt, like the
But
emotions I
did
felt.
you know anything about music at that point of time besides
No,
listening?
no,
Nothing.
nothing. I mean, I was just in love with music. I was just in, like, how to say, I do listen to music, but I don't know anything about music then. But at that moment, I don't, as I say, I don't know what movie was it, but I kind of decided myself I was going to be that person, who scores music, who makes music, composes music for a film or for a song. I want to inspire people through music, basically. Like, I want to, yeah, make them feel the same emotions I felt. If there's an emotional scene, I want to make music until, some, without them realizing, to tear down or feel goosebumps, like that. I decided that on at the age of 15, I can say. And so these 3 years is like mainly about, music and the interest, and how I actually decided I want to be a music composer at the age of 15. But I think before my hostel itself, like certain parts in my life, I think can kind of contribute in me, liking music so much. Because you see, like, at the small age, like the young age, before coming to Nila, I was staying in Puchong. My mom had sent me to Sangidam class. That
So what was
uh,
Sangeetam class? Not
Sangidam is like, it's like do re mi fa sol la ti do, but in
Tamil version.
yeah, Carnatic, yeah, like that. So I didn't know what was that and all. I wasn't even interested in Sangidam, but my mom sent me, to the center, and I'll just learn and come back. So it was
But
just like, I was just,
this is after you found out that this is something you want to do,
no,
or
before,
before,
before
long
even the
before.
hostel, yeah, before even the
Okay.
hostel part. No, it was like I was young. I don't know, 7 years old or
Okay.
something like that, at that age, and at the beginning, I was going for Sangeetam class, but I don't know what was Sangeetam. I don't know what it is. I just follow. They're all singing, okay, just singing. And then sometimes, like, how Christians, they sing worship song, right, in church
Yeah.
and all that. We Indians, we do bhajans. We call it bhajans.
Legends.
We
Yeah.
sing song, and then some of them would play the dolak or tabla, like that, no. So also at one part of point when everyone was doing bhajan, I had a Chinese friend who was also playing dolak, and he taught me how to play dolak. Also, I was not interested in music then, but I learned. I learned how to play dolak. Okay, fine. And then moving on to primary school. Primary school, there was this music subject.
Mm-hmm.
Also, basically, I didn't had any interest in music, what, but there was this subject, and it was fun lah. Basically, it had nothing to do with maths or science or whatever. Okay? So it was fun. It was fun. And then they used to teach us how to play that melodica. Is it the thing you blow, and then you play the keys, like that. And music class was fun. After that, one of my Malay friend, he uh, brought me in a club where you could play kompang, that Malay traditional
Yeah.
percussion. They use the goat skin, it's basically kompang they call it. So uh, again, I wasn't interested in music or what, but why? Because we get to skip class, if they I get to be excused from class. So that is why I was used to go to kompang, and yeah, I'd play for events in school or what. So also I didn't really like music and all, but then looking at all this, it kind of contributed to how uh, I kind of like music, because like it kind of, how I would say, created this what music sense, I could follow a rhythm, I could know how a melody sounds, like I could follow how a pitch goes, like that. Basically I could follow all that, so it kind of created that thing in me. And then that's where, after that, I know, moving to hostel, I kind of get to like more, music songs. And at the age of 13 is where I actually decided I was going to be a music director. I mean, I was going to be a music director. I'm going to compose songs, or background scores for people, to inspire them. So
So
that
some of
is
our
how.
audiences are giving a lot of comments. Eve says, "Do you mean harmonica, the instrument
No,
you're
no, no.
talking about earlier?"
Harmonica
No.
is that. Harmonica is another. It's a wind instrument. Melodica is
Yeah.
like uh, you blow with the kind of pipe, and it has like keys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pianica or melodica, I'm not sure the terms. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
that, yeah.
So you're getting a lot
And
of interesting comments. Ganesan is saying, "I want to hear secondary school stories." Millionaire says, "Fulama." Surya has a question for you. He says, "Which music director inspires you?"
hip hop Tamla. he is hip hop Tamla is he's a, how do I say, he's a
Is he local
independent.
or where is he from?
He's from India.
Mm-hmm.
He's like he started as a rapper. He's an independent artist, basically. So he started like from the bottom, without any fans, anything. He goes on singing in a club, and then he sang for a song that came viral, called Club La Mapula, like, and then he had sang for a few songs during his independent artist time, and then he moved on becoming a music director. Moving on to music director, that's when I started liking more of his albums. I used to listen more of his albums before, and until now lah. And not only music that he inspired me, as a person itself, he inspires me a lot. Like independent artist, that's where I look up to him. If he can do a lot of things by himself, independently, what about me? I could do that as well. So I tend to follow, and yeah, he's the only music director that inspires me. I mean, there's a few, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's like the main
That's
lah.
the main one, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's bring it to this, right? We saw some of your clips earlier, right? The video
Mhm.
clips, right, of some of the music that you are doing. Can you share with us maybe one of the projects you're working on currently, or maybe share with us first what is the first project you worked on, the very first one? Do you remember?
First project, I remember making a music, like a beat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that was how do I say it? It wasn't actually a project like for a movie or what, but it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
a one
yeah.
minute music, that one, I made it. I still remember I was in KDU this time. I was checking out for masscom, because at one part of time, I was doing foundation in sound and music, but after that I couldn't continue my degree in music, so I had to look for another course. And that's when I decided to go into masscom, so that it somehow, it doesn't relate directly, but indirectly it's like, media,
It
both,
ties, yeah, it
yeah.
ties together.
So yeah, media. So I thought, let's just go
And also because
look for masscom.
Masscom, we all very cool. That's why you wanted to join us, right?
Yes, can say that, yeah. And then yeah, I went there, and I don't know, that environment itself. I went and I sat in the library, and I brought my things all lah, in my what do you say, this I don't know if you can see this keyboard, right?
Oh, show and tell. I like that.
Yeah, so like this keyboard, you can play it's basically a MIDI keyboard. You can play music, like you can play your keys, your drum pads here, and it converts into a, how do you call it,
And when
yeah,
did you
it
get that?
basically converts. uh I got this during when right when I told, like, I did my foundation, and then I couldn't enter my
Mm-hmm.
degree, right? the time frame where I couldn't enter my degree was like 1 year. I waited 1 year because like my uni in Lim Kok Wing, I did my
Yeah,
foundation in
yeah.
Lim Kok Wing. They told me MQ didn't approve or something like that. So
Okay.
I had to wait for like 1 year gap. First 6 months they said. So I was working for 6 months in a cafe as a barista in Dom KLI 2. So I in that 6 months I literally like saved all my money. I just put up for my studio lah, whatever foam,
But
speakers.
how did you know like what to buy and which equipment when you were first starting off? Like how do you
Okay,
know how to start? Because you said you knew nothing about music in the very
okay,
beginning, right?
all right, all right. Coming to that, after my from after age of 15,
Mm-hmm.
I came back to Nilai from KL.
Realize.
I think you can predict lah why because I didn't study well, and once I got a low in my PT3. That time it wasn't PMR, it was PT3. We were the first lab rats. They did the exams and all. The band and stuff. So uh, I did my PT3. I kind of flopped. I didn't study well. Didn't have a proper grade. And then once my mom saw itself, she like take it back and come home. They come home. So I came back to Nilai, and right, in the age of 15, I decided I want to become a music composer. The next year itself, I looked into what I could start on. So I started on playing guitar. I started on playing guitar. Uh, I learned it in my dad's university. My dad is lecturing in Nila University, and I'll usually go there. So my mom found this guy.
Your
Uh,
your father's a lecturer.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, yeah. So he's a lecturer in he teaches aircraft, and so there's this guy who he was doing MPU subject. I think community service or what. I'm not sure, but he was teaching guitar, and he only take 5 ringgit, per month. So 4 classes,
How much?
5 ringgit,
Five.
only five
Wow.
ringgit. Yeah, that's like too good. So
In
like
Nilai.
yeah, in Nila University. So like there's 4 weeks of
And this
class
is not
every
even online. This is like face to face, right?
face to face. Yeah. So then I bought my guitar, and I went, and he taught me first how to play songs and all that, and then I play the first week I kind of uh, how to say, he told me I was a fast learner because he gave one song, and within the 1 week itself I could play fluently. That's how he could see my potential, like I could learn fast. He gave me more challenging kind of music, a few chords more than that, and then on and on. After that it went for a few months, and then from guitar I transitioned to keyboard. uh, that I'll have to. I think I have to say thanks to my friend lah. My friend, his name is Balamurugan. We kind of have the same wavelength back then. He wants to do music then back then. I also want to do music. He loves photography. I love photography like that. And he showed me like there's this class in Seremban called Sahasara Music Academy. So that's where one of my the teacher we call him Master Suresh. He's the one who taught us how to play keyboard. Basically, he teaches like Carnatic music, Carnatic and Western lah. He teaches Veena, tabla, drums, and keyboard and sangeetam stuff like that. So I learned 2 years of keyboard in that school, grade 1 and grade 2, and yeah, that was 16 and 17, the age of 16 and 17. So that's where I just learned how to play instruments. I don't know how to produce music or what yet. I just learned how to play instruments, and
It started with playing with musical instruments first.
yep, from guitar to keyboard, and also during that those time I was playing like what Tamil movie songs. They in the center they just teach Tamil movie songs. How to play this song. And from 2 years I did grade 1 and then grade 2. After
Yeah.
that, I transitioned from that to limb covering. So yeah, at the age of 16 and 17, I learned my keyboard, and then I had no music, how to say, knowledge or anything. I just know how to play. In between, I just try to compose my own self, lah. Making a tune or something with the keyboard. But it was like a child, playing the keys like that.
So
So
Arvin,
when I,
let's bring it down further, right?
uh-huh,
When we talk about passion, right, and we talk about fuel, passion and
mhm,
fuel, right? They say basically passion is fueled, right?
mhm,
It doesn't
mhm,
just happen; it's fueled because of the
okay,
passion that you have is fueled. But this is where Karishma comes in and answers this question, right? passion gives us the fuel to stay on course. That means even though you're tired or whatever, sometimes the passion is the one that keeps us fuel. That's what people say anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
you're a student, right? You're a full-time student.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you got
Mm-hmm.
tons of assignments. I'm sure your class has told me that a million times, right?
Yeah,
How is it
definitely.
that you're doing that? I know you're
Mm-hmm.
running the multiple social media
Mm-hmm.
accounts,
Uh-huh.
doing and composing, coming up with music. I see one of your fellow artists here, wheelchair rapper. I was so excited to see his name
All right.
because
All
I
right.
watched your clip, right?
Okay.
So how do you go through burnout? Karishma asks, when you're constantly composing, especially with all the other things you're doing, right? And how do you pick yourself up?
Okay. Basically, if let's say you're passionate about something, uh, you whatever it is, it's just how to say, you won't feel like stopping. You know, for me, basically, how I feel is, it's music. You know, if I'm passionate about it, I'm just gonna keep going on. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like want to stop at any, and I don't want to give up at any point of moment or what. I'll just keep doing what I need to do. Whatever your hard work, put tons of hard work in it, tons of effort. And because I have how to say, an idea or plan of in the next 5 years where I should see myself or where I want to be. So that is how hard you need to work. So between balancing studies and music, uh, there's no reason to say you can't do things. You can do, whether you want it or not. If let's say, like, you're so passionate about it, whatever it is, you give it your best. You want to do it. There's no reason for not doing it. So for me, how I balance my studies and music, I'll one part I'll just focus on my studies, and another part, whatever I can do through music, I'll just keep publishing out, like whatever I'm posting out on my YouTube or Instagram, like how I make beats, or I release my songs. That is just like how to say, like a teaser, because I want to put it out so that people, like artists or rappers or filmmakers or what, if they want composers to make a background music, or to make song for them, that is like my portfolio, in IG on YouTube. So you can just search up, you can see what I do, how is my style. So that is how I made it, how I put up first. I haven't really gone deeply in get down fully in doing music yet. So it's just whatever I'm doing is like I could balance both of it. I'm just making like a 1 minute short music content, and I'm putting it out for people to see. And whoever in between, I'll get a few projects or something, and I'll anyway, however is it, I'll just try to balance both. I don't know how I do that, but I'll just try to balance it.
You don't
Yeah.
know how you do it, but you just do it. So
Yeah,
would you
because you
say,
want it so much. You're passionate about it, you want it so
so you're
much, so that.
hungry lah? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
hungry for biryani, but you are hungry for
yeah.
music.
Yep. Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly.
this is an inside joke from class, right? We all have some issues with biryani. So we
Right.
have another comment, right? Let's just say hi to some of our audiences, right? We have Ganesan
Hello.
here that has joined us. Ganesan, I hope I'm saying
Okay.
it right.
Right.
Adrian Pereira says salam, very inspiring. Adrian is actually an activist. He
Okay.
fights for justice for migrant workers, underprivileged youths. So he
Uh-huh.
says, hope one day Arvin can compose songs that inspire justice and peace in Malaysia. Arvin, what do you have to say about that?
Uh, I think I had done a song related, like it's a kind of protest song. That's the one I did recently. It's called a Poratam.
Uh-huh,
It's in
uh-huh.
Tamil lah. It's in Tamil basically. So I didn't actually put it out as a protest song, but I made it like in a cinematical protest song. So that nobody would question me or like that. So yeah, basically I'm a student. So yeah, I
So
did
would
that.
you would you would you come up with music like that to
Yep.
inspire
Why not?
justice and peace? Is this something that you would want to do?
Can. Yep. Definitely will.
Okay,
I would.
okay, interesting. So we
Yep.
have Angeline Yee as well. She says, well done, well said, Arvin, go with your
Thank you.
heart.
Thank you.
Karishma says, that's awesome. You're inspiration to the young and the
Thank
wise. When they
you.
say
Thank
wise, they
you.
mean like old people like us. Lah. Ryan is here. Sarah says, happy for you, brother.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. Those are my
Senja. Okay, I don't
friends.
know
Yeah.
what Senja means. Maybe.
There. My friends miss my friend.
So, earlier you were talking about how you were in Lim Kok Wing, right, doing your foundation, and then
Yep.
now you're doing masscom. So basically, your passion and interest has always been the same, and
Yep.
how you look at it though has evolved because you realize like, oh, I don't have to just do this. I can do. I can do,
Yeah,
mass comm, I can do media. There are different
yeah,
ways in order for me to
yeah.
interpret music. Would you say that?
Like even in okay, first mass comm, the main thing how it happened was my mom actually, while having that long gap, not going into degree or what, my mom told me like, why not you just take your degree and then finish off your degree first. So like I just okay, my mom is saying something because before that, when I'm about to go to Lim Kok Wing, it was like a big war at home.
Wow.
They didn't actually, yeah, it's like they didn't allow me. They didn't want me to go for music. They thought I should keep it as a hobby. At the beginning they didn't kind of support lah. So it's like it was like so much of arguments, fight, between me and my parents. And like yeah, but I stood on one feet. I said no, I'm just gonna go for music. You like it or not, I'm just gonna go for music. And my dad another side say you should go engineering. My mom another side say you should either do law. I tell, okay, you want me to go, I can go. But if I fail in engineering and waste your money, don't blame me. Huh? I told that. I told that.
Wow.
Okay, because you see, I'm not interested in
So to the
engineering.
wise, are you all listening? You're not interested? I'm going to waste your money. That is
Yeah,
Arvin's what that is how he fought
yeah.
for his dream.
Yeah, that's a technique like
Interesting,
you can use it
interesting.
like. Because you see, I'm not interested, even somehow if I'm gonna go, I'm not gonna be interested in those course. So I'm not even gonna study properly. Basically, I'm just
So
gonna
parents, are you
you
all
know
listening? So Arvin, I want to ask you
so
this question. Since you said that, that means since you're studying media, music, you must be doing extremely well, right?
uh-huh, yeah, 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 I'm doing well. Yeah, yeah,
Got you
I am,
there.
I
Okay,
am, I
Arvin,
am.
let's come and answer. You have a lot of fans, right? So a lot of people are asking where would I find your songs? I just shared a link actually. I will share it
uh,
again. I just share a link to one of Arvin's songs. You can find him on YouTube.
mhm.
This is the
Okay.
link to his song that I just shared. And some
You can
people are
search my
asking
name basically, Arvin Raja, on
Arvin
Spotify
Raja.
or Apple Music
Correct.
or whatever, or even in YouTube. Yeah, you can.
But Arvin, it says Vinod Murali says, may I hear any of Arvin's composition?
Yeah, I need to go to YouTube for that. Means do you have the link?
Yes, I do. Should we play it for a short while?
Can anything?
Yeah, you guys want to
Yeah.
hear? If you guys want to hear, say yes. Say yes in the comments if you want to hear his song, and then I'll play it for you. Let's see how many of you want to hear his song. While we're doing that, let's answer Felice's question. Felice says, hi, Arvin. What to do if we're unsure about our passion?
Uh, Basically just okay. Take your time, discover what find out what you're passionate about. Don't uh, I mean, your parents can say 1,000 things. Your circle, your society, anyone can say 1,000 things to you. But then try not to follow anyone. You find out yourself what you like, what makes you feel alive, what you do that like you're so involved in it with your heart and soul basically. So like if let's say you're cooking, you like cooking so much, you can become a chef. You can make that as your passion. If you're so involved in taking photographs or making videos, you could do that. So find out what you're so passionate about. No, take your time, it doesn't matter, but take your time. See what you love doing so much, what you like doing so much, what makes you feel alive basically. At the end of the day, you want to be happy with what you do. Whatever product you're giving out from that or whatever you're doing, you want to be happy. So yeah, that's how you find a passion.
So there are a lot of comments coming. I can barely keep up. So we'll take one more question, guys. Just hold on. Yeah, we take one more question before we get him to sing live. Yeah, a lot of people are asking you to
Ayo,
sing
miss,
live. So
I
I
didn't
mean, you
prepare
better
anything,
be
huh?
prepared.
I
That's what
didn't
happens
prepare
when you're a
anything.
live show.
Okay.
So let's answer Sharon's question first. So I give you time to start thinking in your head. What is it that you want to sing for them?
Ayo.
Sharon says, "What's your inspiration, Arvin?"
What's my inspiration? I How do I say that? My inspiration basically it comes from many places lah. Like in terms of music, I could say like whenever I watch certain music directors, that inspire me. From that I get inspiration. It keeps me like want to go on more. Make me work more harder. And sometimes when I listen to certain background music or like soundtracks, film soundtracks, I feel like I want to do something like that. I want to do more like that.
Give
In
us
my
an
own
example,
style.
Arvin. A
Like
specific example. Like which
uh,
song like you listened to and then you went like, that's the
uh
one.
okay, I can give you one like I even posted one I even posted that on YouTube. There's this Justice League, you know this movie. Yeah, Justice League. There's one score called what is that? Let me just check. It is speed. Yeah, at the speed of force. That is like a background music in the film, and I thought of making it my own version, and I actually recreated it in a. I posted it out on YouTube. If you can even if you want to show that also, you can show that, Miss. Yeah, so it's like thinking of all those whatever background music or watching interviews or what. I that's what keeps me going on. Like I feel I want to do like that. I want to do more of it. You know, I could do more, and I feel like I want to do it. So that's my inspiration basically. Like I take one from here and there lah. So yeah.
Okay, Arvin, it's blowing up. Everyone is saying yes, 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 yes.
Oh, what?
So, so I think you're an artist, right? So you gotta give your fans what they want. Even your lecturer Hayati is here as well. She says I'm a big fan. So, and Ugendran says Markendia. I don't know what
No,
that
no,
is,
no, no,
but
no, no. They're just playing. They're just making fun.
so
Yeah, those are my friends.
his
Yeah.
inspiration is past loves. You mean girlfriend? You mean?
No, no, no.
Uh,
Ignore, ignore.
Sharon says, "Where's your passion from?"
Passion from passion from yeah like it's as I said, like, it started from when I was at the age of 13. That's what I started living in falling in love with
From
cinema
yeah,
and
yeah.
music, and yeah, that's how it began actually, basically.
So
Yeah.
Arvind,
Mhm.
we can't do this anymore to people. People are going to start getting very angry if you don't fulfill their wishes. Come on, Arvind. So
uh
guys, what whichever platform you're on, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on LinkedIn, whether on YouTube, please show us some love. Hit your emojis, press like, share. Come on, show him that you really, really want this. Come on, Arvind.
I
They've
love it.
already
I'm
said yes
still
like so many times. Come on.
I'm still
What can you
thinking.
sing for us? Sing us a few
I
lines with some beats.
I thought of uh I I thought of playing, but could I play keyboard? Could I play keyboard?
Play keyboard and sing. They want you to sing as well.
Okay. I sing one song lah.
Okay.
Wait, let me just find the lyrics.
Okay. Let's while Arvind finds the music, right? Guys, tell us how you guys know Arvind. Those of you tuning in, right? How do you know Arvind? What are you? His high school friend, his uni friend, his teacher? Where you guys coming from? And tell us, how do you know Arvind? While we are waiting, Crystalline is saying, play something for us.
Yeah, just sing lah. Yeah,
Asrama One Malaysia. Wow, you got friends all the way from Asrama One Malaysia here. That's awesome. Asrama friend. Wow, a lot of Asrama friends. Uni friend. You should ask about Asrama One Malaysia to him. Yeah, Rajiv, he actually spoke about it earlier. All his, my student. Hayati says, my student. But not bad, huh? You got lecturers tuning in to listen to you as well.
okay, wait. Let me just. I still can't find it. Wait.
Slowly, slowly. No worries. So we put him on the spot. Next time he's going to think twice. This Cheryl asked me to come on the show. She didn't tell me this is going to be part of it. I'm his ex-friend. His ex-friend means you're no longer his friend, or you mean you're his ex-friend? Interesting. You got quite a lot of people here tuning into you today. Now he needs to get his potion H2O to get ready, right?
I don't know
Yeah,
whether.
guys, share. I'm sure a lot of people will be wanting to listen to Arvind.
Hold on, yeah. Yeah, I'll just sing one song called
Okay.
Ni Vekam Kori from he's also an independent artist. Uh, so yeah, wait,
Miss Joe is here. She says the boy who came to my office and asked me how do I gel music and mass comm, like peanut butter sandwich, right?
நீ வெக்கம் கோரி பேசாத உண்மைகள் நான் மேடை ஏறி பாட வந்தேன் நீ ஆசை கொண்டு சேர்த்து வைத்த புன்னகை நீ தூங்கும் போதே திருடி சென்றேன். And that's it. I can't go other part. It's higher. So it's just two lines. I'm sorry.
Thank you for
I
listening
didn't.
to all
I
your
didn't
fans
prepare.
and people tuning in. That's
Didn't prepare anything.
lovely. People are saying,
uh,
wow. So I just want to bring back a comment from Miss Joanna. Joanna says, the boy who came to my office to ask, how do I gel music in Masco? Do you remember that?
yeah, I think so. I there's plenty of questions asked here. yeah.
Rajiv says, talk about Sir Ravi. He was the one that boosted his passion.
So Ravi was basically our warden. He didn't boost
He's
our
your what
passion. What
warden?
warden? He basically chased us with the rotan only. That's it. Yeah, that's what happened. Really, he didn't boost anything. These people, I tell you.
Okay, we are coming towards the end of the show. I just want to ask you a few more important questions, right? Before I let you go. I've been smiling so much, my face hurts, you know.
Say same. Same. I,
So, a lot of people, when they talk about music, right, they say,
mm.
like, was it in your head, like, wow, I want to be like A.R. Rahman, I want to become like famous, I want to be like all the girls will be watching me. I mean, was music a thing you did because of the fame?
Nah, definitely no. As I said, like what I felt at the what I felt in the cinema. That's what that's how I took up music. And that's when I decided I want to become a music director because I want to inspire people through my music, let it be songs
Why
or
is
music.
that so important, Arvin? If people are talking about their passion and their purpose, right?
Uh-huh.
What is the meaning of music to you? Like you say, you want to make people feel a certain way, right?
Yeah. It's like
And inspire them to do what?
inspire them means is like giving them a meaning, something which they can relate to my music. If I'm listening a song now, somebody else's song, I can relate to that music, and somehow on and on it'll be like so close to me. Certain music, we all definitely have certain music which is so close to us. So
Mhm.
I want to give out music or songs to people so that I can inspire them, I can connect with them, I can connect in which with each and every soul. So that is what I have planned to do. I thought of I want to become a music composer so that I can connect with people, make them feel. And also, like, how do I say it, like, once taking up this music, I mean having passion in music, let's say like in a 10 years time, or what, when I look back, I want to make sure that I have left something, remembering me, like that before I leave, or like when I'm dying or what, I want to make sure I leave something so that people remember, at the like in 10 years now, what have you done, what have you achieved, like that. So I've done a few projects and people remember it. You basically want to keep your, how to say, uh keep your name down before you leave this earth, something like that. You need,
Legacy. You want to leave a
yeah,
legacy.
yeah, something like that, yeah. So even before I leave this earth, I want to make sure people remember me for what I
Mhm.
have done, like that. Yeah.
Okay, we got an interesting question. If you have one phrase to describe your music, what would that be?
Emotions.
Mm.
Yep. Emotions, basically.
Emotions.
Yeah.
Nice, nice one. So, if there's one person, right, you would like to work with today, if you had the opportunity, and it can be anyone in this world, anyone, any industry, any Tamil, English, Malay, whatever, right, local, international, who would you want to work with and why?
Actually, I have a lot of ideas. I mean,
Choose
from
one, just choose
even
one,
from,
one, one,
okay,
one.
I'd say since I'm in Malaysia, I'll say two of these film directors called Shoban and Haran Kaveri. They have done this movie called Metro Malay. Was a
Mm-hmm.
brilliant movie. I loved it. I watched it in theater. It was so good. It had that that vibe, that nostalgic feeling. And even the whole movie was so realistic. I was kind of actually so disappointed. Like, no, not many people went and watched in
Yeah.
theaters, but I did it, and I felt the vibe. I basically I love that movie. It's like one of the best in Tamil Malaysian film industry. But yeah, it didn't get recognition back then, but now I think it's on OTT platform, so it's it's good. And yeah, basically I want to work with them. I had watched few of their short films before they even done this Metro Malay, and their style is a bit unique and different. They have this international touch, and if I can Malaysia, I would want to work with them in future, compose, be a music director for their film, yeah, I would want to work with them starting.
So if there's one message you could give the people in the industry, right? The industry
Uh-huh.
that you want to
Okay.
work in. If anyone is listening right now, what would you say?
uh if to any filmmakers out there, please do look into my projects. I have done a few projects, and I really want to work with anyone who's available. So I have a unique touch, and I hope anyone approaches me to, make me as their music director for their film. So yeah.
Okay, there's one big question for you. How would you make a difference for non-Malay music or performance?
Wait, how would you make a difference for a non?
Non-Malay music or performance.
How would I make a difference for non-Malay music performance? I mean, I'm doing like so far I've done Tamil songs or instrumental music. Difference is I'd also try. One thing is quality. Quality matters in your, let it be your song or your music, whatever you're doing. Quality matters, and I would want to, whatever that's been whatever that people are doing normally now, I want to do something different. I want to try something different, have an international touch in it, or I want to try like fuse both like a Carnatic music or modern music, Western music, something like
Fusion.
that. Yeah, fusion. I want to really try a lot. So in my music, I'll try to always give out an experiment. Try different kinds of music, mixing. If I could mix Malay traditional music with make it in a cinematic way, in a cinematic song, or mixing Tamil music with Malay traditional music, something like that. So I always want to have a unique touch, quality of it. So yep, that's how I see difference making it.
I hope that has answered your question. So our
Yeah.
last question, right? What would you like to say to the young people out there? Maybe not from music side, right? But those people who are, I think Felice asked this question as well, right? But if they're trying to look for something in their life, they don't know what it is. Felice asked you this question earlier. Do you remember?
Yep,
So
yep.
can you just go a little deeper in maybe giving them a bit of description of like what's that starting point that they can start, like today they can do it right
Okay.
now, that they
All right.
can do something, because the process is long, right? Takes time.
Mhm.
Like what can they
So
do today to find that?
like for me, I didn't know, I didn't realize, in my 3 years of hostel life, that it, so much of adventure, so much of playful enjoyment, I didn't know that this thing would, like be awakened in me, like, hit me, you should do music, you should. I didn't wantingly find, but then in a way it led me to, finding my passion. So to anyone out there, like, I want to say, if you don't have if you don't know, or you don't have anything yet, take your time, discover. Like, as I said this now again, find what makes you, what makes you happy, what you love doing so much, what you're interested in, and most importantly, what makes you feel alive. Because at the end of the day, you'd want to be happy about it, you want to be glad about it, and also, after finding your passion, you need to find a purpose, because that's what's gonna keep you on going. And also, do not, if can lah, don't waste time anymore, because like, after 10 years, when you look back, you don't want to see things which you could have take chance to do it, but you didn't do it. Like, Allah, I could have done this, but then it's late now, like, couldn't do. Like, I'm already 30 years and above, like.
So don't wait,
So
right?
don't wait.
Today.
If you have anything in mind, just do it, because you don't know in the next 20 years what's going to happen, next 30 years what's going to happen. You can't predict, so start it right now itself, make sure whatever you want to do it now, because if it's not now, you don't know when, already
Yeah,
suddenly, corona hit, is already half of the people, like, don't know what
that's a
to
good
do,
point.
lost. Yeah, lost. And some people are
If
actually thinking,
not
so
now, then when,
yeah,
guys?
if it's not
Listen,
now,
he has some.
then when.
That's wisdom, right? If not now, then when? When
Yeah,
are you guys gonna start looking and searching and seeking?
yeah,
He's a great example. He started so
every
young.
yeah, so every time is like a, it's like a bonus lah. You ask me lah, you have every time. And some of you actually, it's fine lah, entertainment. You want to watch Netflix, you want to lepa, you want to drink, or it's fine, but have a limit lah. As I said, when you look back, you don't want to see, if people ask you in the 10 years what have you done so far, right? You don't want to say, I've been, my whole life I've been watching Netflix, lepaking my friends. Okay, you can, but have a limit. Always have a, as I said, have a passion. Find what's a passion. Find your interest, what you're good at. What, that's where your talent comes out. Find what you're good at. Yeah, find what you're good at. Make use of it. Make it a career. Don't just make it a hobby. Some people can say, many people told me make music as a hobby, but if I would have listened to them, I wouldn't have done any of this. So
Yeah.
I decided that is I want to make it a career. I want to make it
Do what
so
you
that
love.
yeah, do what I love. At the same time, it's something that's gonna put food in front of me. So I
Yeah, why
decided,
not?
yeah. So find things like this. Don't waste any more time. Start it up. There's no excuse anymore. There's no space for excuse nowadays. Everything is in your fingertip. Just go to YouTube, learn. Even in my time, after my what do you call, after I couldn't do my degree in music, right? I had that 6 months gap. Everything I learned by my own on YouTube. I made YouTube as my own school.
You
It's
heard
like
that, guys? You can learn
everything. Yeah,
anything.
anything, literally anything. It's all in your fingertips. It's all whether you want it or not, how badly you want it.
How
Because
badly do you want it?
if I'm passionate about something, I badly want to achieve it. So how badly do you want to put effort and achieve your passion? So
That's lovely,
yeah,
Arvind. That's lovely. So
yeah,
remember, guys, Arvind has said something very, very important. It depends on how much you want it.
how
And we've
badly you
come
want
to the end of our show. So I would love to host you longer. But yeah, we've already come to the end of our show. So thank you so much, Arvind. So remember,
thank
guys,
you, Miss.
the
Thank you
time
for
is
having me.
now. And as Arvind says, you just got to be hungry. It's how hungry you are that depends on
Yep.
how much you want it as well. So guys, we have an interesting person who's going to join us next week, who's also from the music industry, but I'm not going to reveal him. I'll let Arvin do it. Arvin, you know who I'm talking about, right? Arvin, do you want to
Okay.
tell us who's coming next week, same time, same place?
Balan Kashmir.
Special.
Yeah, Balan Kashmir is going to come next week, and this 8, yep, 8 p.m. and 20 what? Yes.
24.
Okay, 24. Yep. So
24th.
don't forget to tune in, guys. Balan
So
Kashmir.
guys, stay tuned. If you
Yeah.
haven't subscribed, please do. We'll be having Balan Kashmir. He is a local Malaysian rapper who has worked with different people. He's even made a track with Game. Okay, if you all know Game. Okay, and he why we're bringing him in is actually that I love the work that he's doing with the youth, the young. He's trying to encourage a lot of musicians as well as the young Indian youth in Malaysia. And I hope to see you guys joining us next week when we have Balan Kashmir. All right? Or
I'll
Balan
definitely
Kash.
join. I'll join.
Okay?
I'll join. I'll definitely join.
Okay, guys. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.